My name is Sanford. I'm a cash crop product specialist for the New Holland brand in the Northeast U.S. And today we're hanging out at Farm Progress, and behind me is the CR10. It's the first North America unveiling for the Class 9 version of our next generation chassis. You might remember from seeing some stuff earlier this spring about the CR11. This is that same combine with the Class 9 horsepower. So we're looking at about 635 horsepower on the top end, a 450 bushel grain take, optionable up to 567. And with an unload rate of about 4.5 bushels a second. It's a high capacity machine. It has all that technology that we launched on the CR11 that really gives it the ability to decrease the total cost of harvesting for the producer. And that starts with the heart of the machine, and that's the twin rotor design. That's our DNA. You know, back in 1975, New Holland launched the first ever self-propelled twin rotor combine, the TR10. In fact, it was 8 years before I was born. So I can remember being a little kid and seeing that, because my dad, his relationship with the dealership that he worked at was a New Holland dealer, so I kind of grew up around the yellow combine ever since I was small. But the combine behind us is kind of a perpetuation of that technology, only on a larger scale. Twin 24-inch rotors, they're about 30% longer than the current flagship machine, and that gives us that high capacity, which is one of those big things that lowers that cost of harvesting. So from a producer standpoint, the first time I saw this machine operate in the field as a product specialist on some train the trainer activities that we had a couple years ago, the first thing I noticed was the residue system. It had a 50-foot head at that time, and we actually have run this machine with the 60-foot head. So at MacDon just launched our partner with Draper Heads, the FD261. We've actually had those two setups on the large chassis, the CR10 as well as the CR11, and the residue spread, it's to a T. And that's really the first step of next year's harvest. And I think a lot of producers, that's the first response that they see once they see the unit run for the first time. And so that's with my producer hat on. You know, if I were to throw the dealership hat on, I think simplicity. And overall reliability, uptime, those types of things are going to come true for dealers, and including the PLM intelligence architecture that we have on the inside of the cab that gives us the ability with twin IntelliView 12 displays to remotely push information to the dealership from a technical side of things, and a data system to the customer side of things. So I think that's going to unlock a lot of capability with the machine. And we just launched Field Ops that's here on the booth here at the show, and that's going to give producers the opportunity to use their phone to remote into the IntelliView 12 display so they can see the machine live. So I think those two big things are really big. I think that the other two, of course, is grain quality and loss. The way the cleaning shoe has been completely redesigned, it's a brand new from scratch cleaning shoe, gives us the ability to control crop distribution on slopes, as well as crop distribution if it's uneven off of the rotors for whatever reason. And it gives us that ability to do that automatically. And I think producers are going to really like that when they see this working in the field. And of course, overall capacity. I think that's, capacity, loss, and quality. Those are really the three things that really shine out about this machine, and it continues forward with the CR10 that you see behind me. So this would be the residue system. So that's the sensor for the radar. And these are the impellers that are going to be spinning. The oscillating system, watch your head here for us tall people. The oscillator that we're talking about is this guy right here. And so that rotates up and up, back and forth, and it pivots about this point right here, or pivots about here, and it's rotating there, so it lifts and lowers. Notice the gap here versus the gap there. So that's what opens and closes that system to let the residue come out. And then the rotor system, watch your head. This is the larger diameter rotors that we talked about. You can get that. And then the cleaning shoe, it's a little tough to get, but you could hop up and get a shot on the inside of the cleaning shoe to see the grain pan and the sieve set. So it's about a 50% more capacity cleaning shoe. And we're saying about 20 to 40% improvement in overall capacity versus today's flagship of a similar size. So if we compare the CR990 to this, CR10, and then the CR1090 to the CR11. All right, well, thanks a lot for coming by the Farm Progress booth here at New Holland. And one last thing, if you have any questions or want to learn more about any of the products that we talked about today, including the CR10, reach out or search New Holland Agriculture on any of the social media channels. And then, of course, use the newholland.com/NA website to find your local facing dealer and contact them for more information. Thanks again. I'm Sanford from New Holland. Have a great day.